Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, William Samoei Arap Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, today engaged Gen Zs on X Spaces for 2 good hours. And I observed 3 things from the engagement. The first thing I observed is that the president was actually coached. And this was captured live on camera at some point when they forgot to switch off the microphone. The second thing I noted is the fact that it was also scripted. This is based on the questions and how William Ruto answered some of the questions. And number 3, there's also the question about the choices of speaker. How are speakers chosen? Otero was the host, and Osam Otero was the host, but the moderator was none other than Hussein Mohammed. And after Osam Otero began, Hussein Mohammed took over. And Hussein Mohammed asked 3 people to speak. He began by Alai, requested another lady, Edith Kimani, and another Wakili. Alai was opposed to the Gen Z's demonstrations, which means the choice of Alai was, of course, to advance that narrative or to guide the trajectory of the discussions. And of course, there was also the Edith Kimani. I've tried getting through her space, her Twitter handle. I think maybe just random person. So you pick 3 people randomly, 2 of them are UDA people. It can't be by coincidence. And the fact that Osam Otero actually made noise about Alai is also something that Hussein Mohammed probably would have tried to consider. But I don't want to get into that for now. That explosive analysis is coming up tomorrow. But in this video, I want us to also look at something that happened in Nyeri today. Maina Wanjigi, the father to Jimmy Wanjigi, was buried today in Nyeri. And the funeral was attended by several political players in the Republic of Kenya. Raila Odinga was present, the Nyeri governor was present, of course James Orengo was present, and Moses Kuria was the only cabinet secretary who was present. Remember, Maina Wanjigi is 92-year-old. He's a former cabinet minister from the mountain. So I would have expected the political class, the entire political class from the mountain, to attend that funeral. But of course, they could not attend. The only person with the balls who could dare attend is that Moses Kuria. But Moses Kuria was forced to cut his speech short after mourners started shouting, "Ruto must go." I want you guys to listen to Moses Kuria being shouted down and leaving the stage, because in this video, I want us to look at why the mourners were actually heckling Moses Kuria.
Mama Maria, ndugu yangu Jimmy, Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga, mabishop wetu akiongozwa na bishop wetu kutoka kule upande wa Kiambu, Bishop Jenga na bishop wengine, waombolezaji wote, Bwana asifiwe. Nimekuja hapa kuomboleza na familia ya huyu shujaa. Na nimekuja hapa kwa sababu historia ya hii nchi haiwezi ikafutika. In the history of this country, the place of Maina Wanjigi is carved in stone. And not just because of contemporary politics as we know it. I remember the generation that worked with Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, and especially the people who laid the foundation stone for the economy. People like Matu Amai, Maina Wanjigi, and the institutions that they built today could be playing a very important role in the matters of economy we're grappling with. I remember, for example, Maina Wanjigi and the role he played in ICDC. You know, today we are more concerned about development, barabara, maji. We are talking about asante sana. Thank you.
Mpigie makofi. Before I call the governors, I want to call my schoolmate, my classmate.
Now, that is Moses Kuria being heckled. And for the first time, Moses Kuria just decided to leave. He didn't bother. But why do you think Moses Kuria was heckled during this funeral? That's exactly what I want to analyze in this video. But before you do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. And again, before I dive in, allow me to take this opportunity to thank the following people. You are seeing their names there for the coffee they sent to me earlier today. You can also do the same using the numbers you are seeing on your screen. Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think the mourners decided to shout Ruto must go during that funeral? Number one, the Gen Z effect. And I don't want to assume, because I didn't see the guy who began that, but I don't want to rule out the possibility of a Gen Z who began that Ruto must go slogan during that funeral. Who would have imagined that just a few months after the election, the people of the mountain would be singing Ruto must go? Of course, the Gen Z is also changing the politics of this country completely. And moving forward, a lot of guys are going to find it very rough on the ground. So for me, the heckling is as a result of the Gen Z effect. Number two, the question about William Ruto's popularity in Mount Kenya. I've been saying this. William Ruto has lost the mountain for three main reasons. The first reason why William Ruto has lost the mountain is Uhuru Kenyatta. William Ruto, instead of leaving Uhuru Kenyatta to enjoy his retirement, decided to follow Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta then won the sympathy, and the people of the mountain started sympathizing with Uhuru Kenyatta. And that's how he's now able to actually dictate the political trajectory of the mountain. The other reason why William Ruto has lost the mountain is because of Rigathi Gachagua. Let's face it, Rigathi Gachagua has fallen out with William Ruto. But Rigathi Gachagua has gone to the ground. Rigathi Gachagua has appealed to the emotions of the people of the mountain. Now we are talking of Uhuru Kenyatta and Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua was the man who was appointed by William Ruto as the running mate to tame Uhuru Kenyatta. So all of them are on that side. And the third reason why Ruto has lost popularity in the mountain is as a result of Kenya Kwanza failures. And you might argue differently, but for me, Kenya Kwanza failure can also be attributed to the promises they made to Kenyans. These guys made promises which for me was not going to be possible to actually fulfill, in my view. So Kenya Kwanza is very unpopular in the mountain. The people of the mountain, like, they don't even want to hear anything about Kenya Kwanza, about William Ruto. And Moses Kuria was there in his capacity as the cabinet secretary who was representing the president. So for me, that encounter simply confirms to us that William Ruto has lost the ground in the mountain. Number 3 is the Kenya Kwanza failures. You know, when William Ruto took over office, he promised to deliver. And he convinced the mountain that Uhuru Kenyatta had failed and that he was going to do more. And the man who helped him do that was none other than Rigathi Gachagua. So the political reality currently is that William Ruto is unable to perform. So these guys are really disappointed. Their businesses are down. So they don't want anything to do with the Kenya Kwanza government, in my view. And of course, number 4, the other reason why there was that kind of Ruto must go is as a result of the infighting between Ruto and Rigathi. Now, Ruto and Rigathi are fighting, but Moses Kuria is also in katikati there, trying to side with William Ruto. I saw the presence of the Nyeri governor during that event. The Nyeri governor, Mutahi Kahiga, is a close ally of Rigathi Gachagua. So for me, I don't want to rule out that the people who are singing Ruto must go are actually allies of Rigathi Gachagua or the governor for Nyeri. And lastly, Uhuru Kenyatta is gaining the ground. I've always told you that after the last election, Uhuru decided to take political Siberia. He decided to go underground. Kenya Kwanza made mistakes. And the people are like, Uhuru was better. Where can we get Uhuru? So when you ask Moses Kuria to go and represent the president, and the people don't want to see anything to do with the president, what happens? So of course, it's because the ground is now hostile to them. And the ground is favorable to Uhuru Kenyatta. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.